Every story appears ordinary until you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTv News, expanding your view.
Hello everyone, welcome to CoreTv News on the Hour with Nifemi Oguntoye. Barely 5 days after youths and vigilante groups repelled an attack by Boko Haram on Bama local government in Borno, the deadly Islamic sect relaunched its terror on Ngorosoye village, killing 29, and moved to Azar on the Nigerian-Cameroon border to abduct 10 individuals. Reports from locals in the area indicated that 29 people were killed when the Boko Haram terror gang opened fire on the market in the village. It was gathered that the insurgents came in hundreds on motorcycles and 6 pickup vans and shot indiscriminately. They also shot a rocket-propelled grenade at the market, which killed the traders. Security sources decry attacks by insurgents on the state, noting that rather than decreasing, it is seriously increasing, and the killings these days are in greater number. The insurgents were said to have carried out repeated attacks on the village since the youth in the area took up arms against them by joining the vigilance group named Civilian JTF in the hunt for Boko Haram members. Meanwhile, suspected Boko Haram members also attacked a Chinese worksite in northern Cameroon and kidnapped at least 10 workers. The governor of Far North Region, Cameroon, Augustin Funka-Awa, confirmed this to newsmen in Yaoundé, the Cameroon capital. The Chinese embassy in Yaoundé also confirmed the attack at a site near Waza, 12 miles from the Nigerian border, close to Sambisa Forest, a Boko Haram stronghold. CoreTv News also learned that the attackers destroyed a bridge linking the various villages in the area where the Chinese construction workers were working. Meanwhile, the principal of Government College Makodi, Godfrey Ugudu, says the school has received a letter from Boko Haram sect threatening to attack the school. Ugudu added that the school received 2 letters which had the same content on May 14. He says the letters were dated May 14, 2014, stating that they were coming to abduct the boys whom they would marry to the secondary school girls abducted in Chibok. He added that the letter asked the school to inform Mount St. Gabriel Secondary School as well to get set, as they promised to invade the place too. He says the Commissioner of Police, Commissioner for Education and the Governor have been informed. The 2 letters were written in Pidgin English. One was cited inside one of the classrooms and the other was slipped into the staff room. About 500 out of 700 students of the college are living in the school, while Mount St. Gabriel is a purely boarding school. The police public relations officer in the state, Dan Iziala, confirmed the report and assures that the police are on top of the situation. Nigeria and its neighbors have vowed to work together to combat Boko Haram in what Cameroon President Paul Biya described as a declaration of war. Meeting in Paris, President Goodluck Jonathan and his counterparts from Benin, Chad, Cameroon and Niger approved an action plan designed to counter the terrorist organization blamed for 2,000 deaths this year alone and abduction of more than 200 schoolgirls. Jonathan dismissed criticism that the Nigerian response had been slow, saying the terror only started in 2009 and they did not have the architecture to deal with that. As it progresses, the president assured that you will see that the Nigerian military will cope. French President François Hollande says the group has threatened civilians, attacked schools and kidnapped citizens of many countries. The action plan will involve coordination of surveillance efforts, sharing of intelligence and joint efforts to secure the porous borders in the region.
We are totally committed to ensuring that these girls are found wherever they are and make sure that they join their families. We'll do all our best. Presently, Nigeria has 20,000 troops in this part of the country, the northern part of the country, the northeastern part of the country, where we have these terrorists.
African leaders meeting in Paris have agreed to wage war on Boko Haram's Islamic militants. President Hollande of France, who hosted the summit, says regional powers had pledged to share intelligence and coordinate action against the group. The Paris summit brought together President François Hollande, Nigeria's Goodluck Jonathan, and their counterparts from Benin, Cameroon, Niger, and Chad. Afterwards, Hollande says participants had agreed on a global and regional action plan. This, according to him, involved coordinating intelligence, sharing information, border surveillance, a military presence, notably around Lake Chad, and the capacity to intervene in case of danger. Cameroon's President Paul Biya and his Chadian counterpart have declared total war on Boko Haram. Representatives from the UK, US, and European Union also took part in the Paris meeting. And moving on now, we'll find out African leaders meeting in Paris agreed to wage war on Boko Haram's Islamic militants. We took that earlier. Nigeria and its neighbors have now vowed to join forces against Boko Haram under an accord described as a declaration of war on the militants holding more than 200 schoolgirls. Meeting in Paris, Nigeria's President Goodluck Jonathan and his counterparts from Benin, Chad, Cameroon, and Niger approved an action plan to counter Boko Haram. The action plan will involve coordination of surveillance efforts, the sharing of intelligence, and joint efforts to secure the porous borders in the region.
What are we demanding? Bring back our girls now and alive. What are we going to keep? Guarantee forever. We shall always fight for our girls.
What? No, before then, he said that Chibok, or when we are going to Chibok, mind you, we'll spend 2 days. And you talk to them, solidarity, and so on and so forth. Then we can. One of them went to engage them to go to movie and withdrew her other daughter.
British Foreign Secretary William Hague says Nigeria needs to take its responsibility more seriously in the effort to counter the Boko Haram terror group. Hague was speaking at the half-day summit hosted by French President François Hollande, aimed at forging a common strategy against Boko Haram.
The Nigerian security forces have not been well structured for this kind of thing. And this has been shown by the fact that the problem has been getting worse with Boko Haram. So we can help with that. That is why we're offering to embed military advisors with the Nigerian headquarters. We work with Nigeria in many other ways on counterterrorism. It is very important that they uphold high standards of human rights. And that they are well coordinated in their own operations. Nigeria has the main responsibility here and must be the leading nation in tackling this. So it's very, very important that Nigeria takes its responsibilities seriously, and that includes being able to mount a more effective security response, as well as being able to improve the development and economy of the regions in the north. All of these things are critically important.
The newly appointed United Nations Secretary General's Special Representative on the abduction of the Chibok schoolgirls, Junaid, held consultations with the Presidential Fact-Finding Committee on the issue. A statement by the committee spokesman, Kingsley Osadolo, quoted Junaid, who's also the UN Secretary General's Special Representative for West Africa, as pledging the UN's support in the search and rescue of the schoolgirls kidnapped in Chibok last month. Junaid, according to Osadolo, told the committee that beyond the outrage and global condemnation of the abduction, the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon was interested in a support package to ensure the release of the schoolgirls and deal with the larger issues arising from the circumstances of the abduction. Responding, the committee's chairman, Ibrahim Sabo, informed the UN Special Representative that the committee was neither a judicial nor administrative panel, but a fact-finding committee with clear terms of reference. He added that the committee has held a series of consultations with various contact persons, including security, defense, and intelligence agencies. The call for foreign assistance in the fight against terrorism has been described as a discretion to any move made by the federal government. Professor of Arts Bruce Onabrekpeya made this disclosure in an interview with Tommy Ojo. Our report is now presented from our studio.
The incessant terror attacks in Nigeria became a source of worry when 200 girls from Government Girls Secondary School, Chibok, were abducted by Boko Haram. Worldwide outcry followed the incidents, which resulted into Nigeria accepting military offers from foreign countries. A renowned professor of arts, Bruce Onabrekpeya, says the acceptance of foreign help is a step in the right direction.
I hold what Wale Soyinka said. The issue is now bigger than the government, and the call for international help is in the right place. The international should come in to help us to solve our problem.
According to the arts professor, Nigeria deserves such assistance because the nation had helped other countries in the past.
What we want is that the kind of challenge we have in the country, they should help us through, because we ourselves, we've gone to other countries to help them before. We've gone to Congo, we've gone to Liberia, we've gone to Sierra Leone, we've gone to other places to help in fight international wars, fight international issues, and help those places. Now we need this help.
He admonished that Nigerians should be optimistic about the success of 2015 general elections.
I am always very optimistic. I look at the better side of things. I have a sincere belief that the 2015 election is going to come out right, and this country is going to have a democratically elected president, and we as a giant of Africa, we're going to remain as giant of Africa. There's going to be peace here and prosperity for everybody.
The foreign assistance offered by the US, UK, and French government will no doubt boost the search and rescue operations.
You're watching CoreTv News on the Hour. We'll take a short break now and we'll be back with more. Stay with us.
I don't think the election was actually... What are the people saying?
5 local government out of the 13 local government is more than many states in the north.
The economy is booming. Where is the economy booming?
Bomb blast in Abuja.
Don't you have security?
Why are we fighting?
Presidency should not just sit in Abuja or in Asokoro or wherever he lives.
Senators are sponsoring the Boko Haram. They know them.
Men cannot be there and be there at the same time.
The life of the citizens, community need to be protected.
It can't work out.
Bring the message of peace. Let there be proper devolution of power from the center. The center is too powerful.
The People, only on CoreTv News.
Glad to have you back. For more information on our news and other programs, you can visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/CoreTv News, as well as follow our Twitter handle at CoreTv News NG. Previous episodes and current episodes of our news and other programs showing on YouTube at youtube.com/CoreTv_news. President Joyce Banda of the ruling People's Party of Malawi held the final rally in her hometown ahead of next week's election, in which she's seeking a second term. Malawians expected to cast a ballot that would determine a new president. Joyce says she has decided to choose the Malawian people over and above any personal interest.
I was advised that 7 months before elections was too short for me to tackle corruption, because the people that are benefiting from it, they will fight you back. They will smear it onto you. They will bring you down. You may never get up. I said, yes, I don't have a choice. I have to choose my people. I have to choose Malawians. There's one board president who came in and decided that enough was enough. People were going to stop stealing. 86 people have been arrested. 40 cases before court. 33 accounts frozen. Property withdrawn. Malawians have seen that I came in and found a country that was corrupt and bankrupt. I've turned around the economy. With the help of Malawians, Malawians will have to decide.
And it's a wrap on CoreTv News this hour. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. Join us again at the top of the hour for more updates. Good afternoon.